Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the red subscribe button down below and turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Issue in our country. The lines are open. You can call. You have this man, the Attorney General, Mulilo Kabesha, who says Zambians, you Zambians, mulibanangani fear, you know, tamfoyo kuwa mambo afena mukala mulelia. I don't know where he's coming from, you know. We have this matter of our MP for Patriotic Front for Nchelenge, who was defected, as you can see, is wearing a PF t-shirt. His seat must be declared vacant. And we have the issue of the national budget, national address by the president. You can pick any of those subjects. Queen Pumi, let me invite you as we take more callers, but let me invite you if you have any remark by the previous caller. Or any of the subjects, whether it's an issue of Ethel Edward or it's an issue of this MP, you can pick whichever.
Okay, I want to talk mainly on two subjects on this Bamlusa crossing the floor and this Bill 7. I think the Bill 7 is a big issue because the Concord ruled against it and gave guidance to the UPND government on how to reintroduce this bill. So they were given clear guidance by the Concord that it must be people driven. The people must initiate this Bill 7. And Bamlusa, I think we are seeing a trend in Zambia where, and this trend has continued to grow. It's not only starting now, but now it's just so obvious, like members of parliament seem to forget who put them there. You know, members of parliament, you know, they are just throwing away. They have forgotten why they are there, drunk with power, and they are standing with a government who wants to impose their ruling themselves on the Zambian people, Paga 2019, with this Bill 7. Now, Bill 7, fellow Zambian, it is very dangerous, and we must do whatever we can to make sure that this Bill 7 remains dead. It is nothing.
Oh, Queen Pumi, sorry. Just let's just take some calls.
Okay.
This is Dr. Simon Mwale Nchelenge MP, who's is a Patriotic Front MP, but see what he's doing. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Oh, just a minute, my dear brother. Let me just, I think there's just a minute. I was wearing headpieces on this phone. So just a minute. Let me just switch them off so that you are audible. Okay, caller, please make your contribution.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Rob. I'm calling from Manchester. I just wanted to comment on the issue of Bakamisha in terms of using the lazy citizen narrative. You only hear those type of sentiments from the failing government when they fail to provide and provide an environment for people to do the things that will move them forward. So what they're just trying to do is deflecting accountability instead of addressing policy issues like poor education systems, lack of job creation. Governments tend to blame citizens for not working hard enough. So this is what he's just trying to do, is just deflecting accountability and also justifying their policies they say that their policies are not there to help the ordinary Zambians. You know, so public services issues that we have, or even constitutional changes that reduce citizen powers, like, you know, like what happened with cyber law and stuff. So a lot of things that this government have been doing, they've not been helping the people of our country. So I think for them, it's just a lazy way, and it's normally a government that is not there for the people. And they're just trying to justify, and we've been hearing all these things, even on certain platforms, when you go there, and you just say, no, you just go and look for a job, or you're just being lazy. You know, so that's for me, it's a government that has failed. And the danger with those type of sentiments is the erosion of trust, because citizens lose faith in leadership that insults. Rather than uplifts them, it deepens the divide between government and the people that are being governed. And this is why we go with a message for us, in the sense that we're just going for total independence, where we start from the bottom and involve everyone. There's no Zambian that is lazy. And it's a shame for a minister to speak like that, because the level of mental health issues in Zambia are so massive because of the way the economy is at the moment, and also with what has happened with these load shedding issues. So it's a shame if you have those kind of leaders that do not have empathy. And if you remember, even the president, when he was in address, he actually said that everyone in the country has felt the pain of load shedding. Everyone, including him. How has load shedding affected him as a person? I don't think he's ever experienced load shedding in his house. So there are people that have not been affected by load shedding, but there are people that have been killed. There are people that have died from load shedding. You know, so we have a government at the moment that have no love, no empathy, and they just don't care. So even with the issue you mentioned to do with the 2.5 billion that has left our country, but then we're trying to find 1.5 billion. That is leadership, and it's a choice of the government. And it just shows that our country has more resources. We shouldn't be in debt. We should be in a better position if we just have people that are there to serve the country. Because there's no maximum, maybe that 2.5 billion, but we have to conquer 1.5 billion. So there's my team Zambia. Zambia has more money. You know, however they over to Congress, they should be the one some Congress, because God has blessed us with the things that they don't have. All we just need now is a second independence, have real politics that put our people at the forefront, and we are ready to dig. I'm at PK and everything, shovels to build that country and take these guys out of power. They have no respect, no love, and they're just treating Zambians like kids. And it's about time we pack them and put them in their history, so that we have no more politicians to save us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robam. Indeed, Independence 2.0. Robam says this is a fight for independence. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yeah, good evening, Ambassador Mwambani. Good evening, Madam Pinpomi. Zephania is my name. I'm calling from Lusaka, Zambia. Indeed, I concur with the previous caller. We are in Independence 2.0, where we must fight this regime which has brought shame into Zambian sovereignty. I want just to speak about what Kabesha said, that yes, Zambians, we are lazy. Yes, he's going to call us we are lazy because we gave him job, because Zambians, they woke up early in the morning to give them job when they had nothing. Today they have made money. They can even call us Zambians are lazy. 2026 is coming, and we are going to show them that we'll be lazy voting in that ballot box. Then the other issue I want just to talk about is the issue of the speech of the president. I also analyze it. It's about 250 something points, which is about 53 pages. It was a long speech. That's why some members of parliament were sleeping, because it was not motivating. It was a long speech. My analysis on that speech of the president is that that speech was drafted to impress the IMF and the international ears, not on the Zambian people, because Zambians every day, they complain about load shedding, they complain about the cost of living, they complain about the high price of mini meal, they complain about the high cost of fuel, they complain how the cost of doing business. And today, the barber shop, my sisters in saloons, they are suffering, they have closed. In Kamwala, nothing is happening. Then the president goes to parliament and tells the Zambian people that our economy has grown by 5.2. That is a shame, because it's only growing in graphics, it's only growing on the paper, it's only growing in the mind of the UPND. And it's a shame that some of the same UPND praise singers, they haven't even read what their president had said, but they are busy defending something which they haven't understood. So Zambians, we must wake up. Zambian, is our time to fight this 2.0 independence. When you look at our country today, it has become a laughingstock. And every day, Bamwamba, in conclusion, I want just to salute Ambassador Michael Gonzalez, because he always stands for us Zambian people. When many of the ambassadors have kept quiet, he's very on point, and look at how he's being discredited. The same on the same speech, I remember when he was talking about the issue of maize, which was imported from Tanzania. You could see the president how he was talking about. He was definitely talking about Mike Gonzalez. The other day it was Surush Desai, who was also talking negative. The other day it was Max Mowe. So where are we going? Where are we going as Zambians? This is the time that Zambians, we should open up, that the people we trusted with power are the people who have brought shame unto us. So 2026, let's stand up and remove UPND and bring the party which has already proven. And we need someone who's got experience. We are tired of people without experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Zephania. Thank you very much. We are still, let me take some more calls before we allow Queen Pumi and myself to comment. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mamba.
Good evening.
Thank you. I will keep me anonymous.
That's okay.
Sure. I just want to comment on what Mr. Kabesha mentioned in regards to that Zambians are lazy. They would rather sit and do nothing. I think what he said, Mr. Kabesha, is I think is not being fair to the Zambian people and the entire UPND government. If you look at from the time they came into power and took over office, we have failed to maintain the economy. We have road shedding, which has killed a lot of business, not only in Lusaka, but everywhere else. The price of fuel is high. People are trying within their means to make a living. To tell the people that are lazy, it's not good for the Zambian. People are in Mpundu trying to make a life. What did they do? They went to kill people in Mpundu. Instead of providing solution in Mpundu, what did the government do? They went ahead and started killing people in Mpundu. So what solution does he want, Mr. Kabesha? This is the main reason why he has even failed to bring the board of the late President Lungu. Because he goes to South Africa, did a lot of injunctions, and nothing has happened. So for him to come out like that, it's a betrayal to the people that we had to wake up in the morning to want to vote for UPND. The president was on the national address the other day. I don't know who writes those speeches for him. Because whatever he was saying is not in reality. You know, he's busy saying, no, the economy is okay. But it's good that he confessed that road shedding is there. But whatever he was saying, it has not, we haven't come to it hasn't come to real positive economic growth. Whatever he says, it's not there. It's like on the ground things are bad, but when he goes in parliament, he talks something else. So it's like he mismatches with the reality and what is on the ground.
Thank you, my brother.
Sure, thank you, Honorable.
Thank you. Let's take another call. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yeah, good evening, Ambassador Mwamba. My name is Mrs. Anonymous from the AI Kingdom.
Yes, Miss Anonymous.
Yeah.
Make your contributions.
Yeah, I'm going to make a contribution on, I think, on almost everything that you have highlighted on your live stream. And I'll try as much as possible to be brief. First, I'll start with the issue of the speech. I think the speech, I already gave my comments on that the other day, where I said it was literally rhetoric. And having further gone through the speech, read the speech, I realized that actually, when you look at that speech, it's in tandem with what I'm going to inform the Zambians that is some kind of a campaign message that the president went and did in parliament, and it's in tandem with what we've come across as some of us who do a lot of research, with a document which I'm going to highlight, being entitled as the UPND Strategy 2026 election, something like that. So what the UPND have done is they've come up with a strategy for winning the 2026. I think it's some kind of a confidential document, but it has leaked. Because we do a lot of reading, some of us, so we came across that document. And when we read what the speech was and what the president was presenting in parliament, they're the same. And among the things that he talked about, I think it's the issue of, he was talking about the economy growing at that much and this much. Like you rightly put it, that is a projected number which people sit in boardrooms, come up with assumptions from wherever the assumptions, and if the assumptions you don't agree, whatever assumptions you put in, and you come up with that projected number, and then you want to run with that projected number as the growth for the country. When in reality, when you look at what are the driving factors of that 6.2 that talking about, you realize is that talking about rebound in mining, rebound in agriculture, rebound in service. When you look at the rebound in mining, what are we talking about? There's no revenue there. What is being done, what is collected is thrown outside the country. So nothing in control 99. So I don't know how that is having an impact on the economy growing at that much. Let's go back to the issue of agriculture. We had a drought. They're saying, the economy was gonna grow at this because of the rebound in agriculture and everything. That's also rhetoric. So those are some of the issues that I want to highlight on that. And then on the same document that I'm saying, a leaked document of the UPND strategy of Win 2026, you highlighted the point where you indicated of Mr. Mulusa, government chief whip, who is saying Bill 7 has to rebound in Parliament. Yes, in that document, when you read the risks, the opportunities, and the strategy that they have, the only thing they've been advised is for them to win, they need to do Bill 7. That's why, Honorable Mwamba, we've been singing to the Zambian people to say Bill 7 is not supposed to go through, because that's what UPND has been informed in that document that I'm talking about, to say let Bill 7 go through for them to win. Why? Because they're talking about the issues of delimitation. And that delimitation, they want to do it in Southern Province. That's where the numbers are, the 55. That will be done. They're talking about the mixed proportion and everything. They're talking about the number that the president is going to have to himself of 46. Those are the numbers that the president is going to choose for himself. For instance, the 20 women, the 12 youths, and the 3 people living with disability. So those are some of the things. That's why they want to make sure that Bill 7 goes through. The document has been leaked. by UPND. The document is leaked. It's there. We've seen it. And Zambians should take advantage and read and understand to say the Bill 7 is not for UPND for Zambian inclusiveness and everything. It's about UPND going and winning the elections. So that's why people of Zambia, wake up. This man that you've put on the screen, is it Mr. I think you had indicated to say Simon Banda. It should be Simon Mwelwa or something like that. He's a Dr. Simon Mwelwa from Luapula. Is it challenge? These are some of the people we are saying are not loyal. If you can't be loyal to your own party that saw you through to parliament, today you want to come and turn around and say you want to go and support the UPND. Why? Because you failed to deliver. That's why you want to go to this party. It's unfortunate the UPND want to align themselves with people who actually maybe made the PF lose elections as part of the people they want to welcome in their party. All the people that were coming in their party, it's unfortunate. You want numbers, but look at the numbers. Are they something that you're going to impact? No, you will not have any impact from those people that are going there. They are failures. That's why they're coming to you. And because for you who are moving to UPND, you are failures, then you want to be used on Bill 7, which I've told you several times that they're going to use you and dump you because you go and vote on your Bill 7 and it goes through. Immediately it goes through, they will dump you. That's when your eyes and your ears will open because right now you are a zombie. So those are some of the issues that we need to highlight to these Zambians.
Thank you, my dear sister. You are right. It's Dr. Simon Mwale, Nchelenge MP,
yes.
Dr. Simon Mwale.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for your insights and thank you. Let's take another call. Caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Elia, and I'm calling from America.
Yes, Elia. Make your contribution, my sister.
How are you, Mr. Mwamba? And how are you, Queen Pumi?
We are well, thank you.
I just want to talk on Vakavesha when you said that Zambian, they are lazy, so they have not created any jobs, and our teenagers are suffering. There's people of Zambia, they are suffering. There's no jobs in Zambia. So how can that Mr. Kavesha say that people of Zambia, they are lazy? We have the youths, the teenagers, they have finished their school, but there is no jobs to do. So how can they do work? How can they do work? So bakabesha mwaferuka. Beyonce mbimutoko amba bakabesha. Now I'll use even my language. Mbimutoko amba kwamba mazambia ni batoro. Inchi tonshumu achita create shiri inchi tonshumu achita create o government yenu o wakainde. Amana mukwamba kwamba bantu batoro tabazandi kusebenza inga basebenza buti kuine nchito. So bakabesho bakainde mbimutokuchita teshi bintu bibotu maminerozi mutokuja instead maminerozi ali ya kuma mining mutokupanga mupange mali chite create nchitosha kwamba mazambia ni wakusebenza umwe mutokuya kuja kuma foreigners ma gold ma minerals onse amana mutokwamba kukubonye okaiba Zambians bajimi baina mano ubataza ndi kusebenza bantu inga basebenza buti kuine nchito bakabesha omwe muri barenje na muri bayirachi na muri batonga shiji bati ndiji ndakamuterera mutokwamba chitundu chira bantu inga basebenza buti kuine nchito mwaferuka baechecha muvweo umwe mwakeza muzambia momo mwachita rejectireza mwamuchita rejectireza amana mwanka kwambira bantu batakupemperareza ewaroreza wamuchita reject wa HH kuina mbi mwachita mu government mwenu mwakeza boka isatana kuiba kuzona urokuyaya mbi mutokuchita mu Zambia tatumizandi mazambians bonse tatumizandi So muvweo awo abu president twamukushawo pabu president muvweo. So thank you very much, Wamwamba.
Thank you, my dear sister. Wonderful. She's spoken her heart. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you very much. This is Joe calling you from Lusaka, Zambia.
Yes, Joe.
Yes, Ambassador, thank you very much to have this opportunity to speak out of this program. So, Ambassador, the thing is this. This is the strategy that the UPND government is using. The strategy is simple. It is more like, let me give you an example. It is more like you are keeping me in your house as a child. You know, Ambassador, that in your house I'm doing better than your only biological children. You know that it is the fact that you are keeping me, but I'm doing better as a child in your house. Now, you want to pollinate that, to destroy my name from outside neighbors that I am a bad child in your house. The government of UPND has now recognized that they have failed to achieve the quota of what the Patriotic Front achieved when the Patriotic Front it was in power. They want to destroy the name of Patriotic Front, and not only that, they have reached the extent of what this fake lawyer is saying now, to say Zambians people, they are less people, they don't want to be working, they like free things. Mr. Mwamba, go to the market 04 hours, you'll find women there ordering chickens, putting tomatoes from buses, that is 04. And then someone is surviving just to earn 100 kwacha to buy, carpenter and to milling a medal of milling. Then someone should come and say Zambians are less people. Are you telling me that we are being fair to those people who are suffering? So this is what it is going on right away. The UPND government are come next year. Whether they like it or not, they are going. Because people they have recognized to say they are just people who came to steal, to kill, and to destroy. In short, they are the evils, because even the Bible says that the devil came to kill, to steal, and to destroy. What else can we say? They are stealing for poor, and the poor are suffering. Hence, they are dying. I'm talking about power right away where we are. We don't have power. We have got students. Me, myself, I'm a student. I have no access with the internet in terms of researches if I don't have a power bank. And then someone should say that Zambians are less people. Are we being fair and we are being, truthful enough as the government by telling our own citizens? No, this is not fair. So, Mr. Mamba, in conclusion, please continue speaking for people who are voiceless. These guys come next year, they are going, they have no option rather than going. Thank you very much, Ambassador, to have me.
Thank you very much. Queen Pumi, let me just take a few, maybe two or more as last callers. Then we ask you to answer and then provide closing remarks. And then I will inform our viewers of what we are doing tomorrow. Tomorrow we have, tomorrow and I think Wednesday, we have our good big guests that are coming to grace the event. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, good evening. I'm calling you from the land of AI.
Thank you, thank you. Make your contributions.
Yeah. Auchindande pe mchimemba kwena. Hii government ya UPND bamwamba ni alimpesha mana. Kwa government ya kwa dama latest every day. Aya viyeka yeka. So, number one. Nalalanda pali bakabesha bene bakabesha fish bachitakanshi mu Zambia. What has he done to contribute to the improvement of the livelihood of Zambians? For him to say that they are less, what has he done? Because he's a leader in Zambia. These are people that are making national decisions. What do? We talk about lead shedding. We have talked about all the minerals that have been looted, everything. They have failed to address not one thing. All the time they come up. they are defensive, or they will say, they will manipulate numbers and try it. I don't know whether they feel like Zambians are so down and they don't know what is going on. They can just buy whatever comes out of their mouths. It's just a shame that somebody as old as Bakabesha does not understand the problems of the people. Probably, but he's there going to and fro South Africa, making deals, trying to corrupt judges, instead of focusing on national things that matter, like load shedding. Ukuchula kudachula wa Zambia, ba market mulia, tabako atana freedom, ba baby lama rights abantu, ba bula na chisai baro baba bika pakanwa. Muli no 21st century. Bale yumva tulia bomba. Bamba no panga ma speech aina ma page 54. Mwe bantu mwe bomfufu balanda ba UPND mwalikosa, because me, I cannot even stand listen to these people. These people are not honest people. I've told you many times. Bill 7. Bill 7, we don't want it anywhere near. We don't want anybody that is abrogating our constitution to bring that thing. That thing is an abomination. Mama judges it. Procedure to Zambia. Any law in Zambia must have the consent and the agreement of the people. You don't just cook up something and bring it to the people and you are busy making an address and saying, that's what they are telling you. Go and campaign in your constituencies where you are losing popularities. Kulia? Oko tuma independent tule michitobu. Not mule landa pali do 7 yao. Tatule ifwaya. Mwilale tamalo zari poisonous. Kubantu ba Mzambia. Mule isa mkubalisha. Stop. Mule ke. Chilachi Bill 7, there will be nothing like if you from Lefok Fushefia Ministerio, Muletina impeachment, no. Bill 7 is illegal. The procedure constitution yesu. Respect our constitution. Constitution yesu. So it will never happen. My election, you were surviving before this government. So why are you afraid? So I wanna be a member of parliament. This is being manipulated. UPND. Most of these men that we have in Zambia, they are not principled. They don't want to save the people. They want to save their stomach. People get note or take note of such people and don't vote them for. What are they doing? They don't represent you. They are cadres. These people are cadres. They don't understand what it means to be a member of parliament. They don't know their job, their role. They don't know who their boss is. What they know is they are so low, like they don't understand. They can disgrace themselves. If you have go in your camp and tell yourself this thing won't work. Zambians do not accept this kind of rubbish from this government. Constitution. You want to disrespect our court? Documents.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me take, I've got 2 callers waiting. Let me take first with this one. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
This is Patrice calling you from Lusaka.
Yes, caller, make your contribution.
Sorry, nachafa kuipusha kwenda shishi program. Yes, if it's like if it's I don't know if it's a political, like one political party, because I'm a contribution zone kwete. I wanted to talk about I had one caller kuliba bafyashwe zabachilanda pa kwatiyo ubuteko bulipo tabalechita creating toshama youth. Ine kutina abali newe example, Mr. Mwambaine ndi mubembo wa kumansa. And after completing my grade 12, I went and did sales and marketing. So after school nalaika after for register. So after abali poba nensu aba UPND, Alisa kwate ishuko ili kukwatako ishuko lya ku driving school yali under CDF. And right now as I'm talking to you Mr. Mwamba, nalisa engaged just after na puisha afye driving school yandi nalisa kwate ishuko lya kuingira nchito as a driver ku company mosoyote Tindumbule. And after I worked for some months, I got a promotion according I got a promotion after na chita apply kulingana na papers ona kwete. So number isindosho ndefo kulanda. I think kuline UPND is the only government yonsa ya isapo ipele ko privilege kuma youths balaba kwebati abasha kwete shuko lya kwa maybe nimikutoba kwata ko even not my skills, because I remember the time we were doing driving schools the time to alepo kama license we were about I think 1,000 per school kulwaisho kona lesson kona sendele we were about 1,000 ama use of minimum places umapsana. So number kuwa fiasha bale landa tiyo ba government ba UPND tapalo fogale chita ba UPND bale angala fie o tabale security nchito even during time ya PF kwali ba youth abale ikala fia bashali chite fionse. It's not that government if we are creating situation kuingisha ba youth bonse the whole country bambo kula bomba government yachita creating nchito iyo in mentality ya yo twa naikila mo for Zambians, because the ocho tufeturech as youths for Zambians never tufeturech sako create inchito for ebene waipangire nchito we mwine not to kulalole la fact your government it's the creating to government teach the so no in it na mipela example the time shale bomba na let's go business why maslipazi uleshi akoshani. It's not all about your government relating to it parents to tampio kubomba and apali ukuchita criticize our fair stress wa mwamba tufetwa criticize na pali kulanda choke apawa nensu na babomba tien to kulanda tina babomba. It's not that by UPND bali rufyanya fionse fyopo baishila that's a lie.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, my caller. I've got so many waiting. Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. My name is Anonymous. I'm calling you from the land of AI.
Yes, Anonymous.
Yes, I just have a couple of comments, and the previous caller has just added another one. Yes. And I'll start with his comment when he talks about youth empowerment as one of the things that the UPND has done. I think when you are measuring the impact of a government, you must measure the things that they have done better than those who were there before. And youth empowerment is not new. Youth empowerment was taking place during the Patriotic Front era. So it's not like when skills training has come now. It's not like free education has come now. These things haven't come now. So we need to be talking about the promises that were made based on the things that were missing before. And then we measure and say, okay, so the promises you made compared to your friends, you have done better. And when you are talking about youth empowerment, that's not true. But when you talk about load shedding, for example, I remember very well that during Patriotic Front era, load shedding was sometimes 4 hours a day. And sometimes twice a week. So you'd have twice a week or once a week, but only for 4 hours. Today we have load shedding every day, but we have power for only 4 hours. So that's a failure. You know, I find it very difficult, Ambassador, to listen to certain people who, even when they are living in the problems and in the failure, because of some kind of alignment that they have, whether it is partisan alignment or whatever alignment, they feel that they should defend the wrong, which is very embarrassing. As Zambians, can we get out of that kind of thinking? When something is going wrong, let's stand up and stop it. And what is happening now is we are seeing even young people losing their minds and becoming empty-headed praise singers who would, even in the middle of suffering, pretend that everything is okay. No, everything, things are not okay. When there's 20 hours of load shedding every day, you cannot, on what moral sense are you standing to be able to say that even now things, there are certain things that, no. Even the numbers now, I go to another point, the numbers that we are hearing in the president's speech, that the economy is growing at whether it's 5.2 or 6.2 per year. How does an economy grow without production? How does an economy grow without production? We've seen businesses, butcheries and barbershops and salons and shops closing. Lots of businesses closing down because there's no money. There's no electricity for production. There's no circulation of funds in the economy. And businesses are closing. And someone, because they have some sort of alignment, or maybe they are just paid to talk, they would come up and begin to utter these praises. It is very embarrassing. I think us as Zambians must get out of that, snap out of that, and come back to our senses and be able to look at things the way that they are. Now, I just want to close with this one. There's a document that has leaked. There's a document that has leaked. It's a document by the UPND, and I will tell you the title of the document right now. It's called UPND Political Strategy, Geopolitical Mapping and Electoral Prospects for 2026. This document that we have stumbled upon is a document that the UPND is using to try, and they have included Bill 7 as one of the strategies to perpetuate their stay in power. They're using it, they have done a research and they have done a conclusion, and they have put up strategies and recommendations of the things they need to be able to do to manipulate the public through messaging and so on and so forth, so that they can cheat the public to make them think that Bill 7 is good for the nation. Listen, Zambians, wherever you are, you need to stand up against Bill 7. It must be considered as BID, brought in dead. If the Constitution Court could rule as they did, why should we go back to that conversation again? That is a matter that was concluded. The fact that Hakainde Hichilema and the Speaker of the National Assembly is even considering to bring it back, they have lost the mandate of the people of Zambia. I think if it was in the UK, I think, or somewhere in Europe, Hakainde would have resigned on moral grounds for bringing a bill that had to be rejected and taken to the courts and rejected there. And then he has the audacity to push it back to Parliament. It's embarrassing. And let it be known that this document, we have seen it, we've seen the plans that the UPND have, and it is very dangerous, trying to force Bill 7 down our throats and trying to plan around messaging so that the people begin to support it. It is wrong. I'm calling on all Zambians to stand against it. Thank you so much, Ambassador. This is a great program and an opportunity for us to voice our sentiments. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is on the screen there. You can see that Stafford Mulusa is a Solwezi Central Member of Parliament. He has said they are bringing, he's a chief government spokesperson, and they are bringing back Bill 7. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello,
I'm from
Livingston.
Yes, I'm from Livingston.
You did the story normally in where one of the founding members of the UPND was saying that the time was the time when government carried Motoga, and then and then that time, Secretary General MMD, I stand Rama election. Yava Mazokewa win Bowlen as a treasurer. That was like what level. And then Nero Akumena guys off minimum P. Advisor die over Makongo America, so another political party. So for I push up because I'm sure those years you're already acquainted with the issue to do with governance. The first question is, it's a version 95. know, the story you on your wall. His lawyer was the late Hamudutu, Mr. Hamudutu. So now the focus really what really transpired on this motor car na city about treasurer. Because I've brought in that issue because the storyteller apelele paper kwa aile mkulisha na zwali mpoka motoka bali sana na rifai city hapa. But in the focus share ngere bampoke motoka bali sana na rifai city hapa. It's on the push for mamba. It's in relation to how UPND restricting our PF. Our PF, though first come parliament, the Bremer Bachpiri, from 2010 to 2021. The first come parliament, they won the Bremer Bachpiri because Bachpiri was a talk to Murushwa Kushta. Utungurushwa Kushta, everyone's why meaning a candidate in 2021. I just told to Murushwa Bachpiri. But if you look at even the master structures of starting our provinces, no aware of River Spirit. And we've got Chaving and Parliament. What's law form? What's that? And the other MPs of Marang Garumbarina. Our MPs Marang Garumbarina. You have a parliament in PF. But because the vast minimum PF, but the first English, I'm a business as well. Parish tofu by parliament. But look at what is happening in parliament. Look at what our own MPs are doing to the party which took them to power. The party wa Monaya Funisha Wantu Munsara. But look at the way I won't hear my MPs. My MPs about winning 2021. My won't feel Sanam parliament.
Bamwewa, Sondwele Len. Sondwele len ba mwewa.
So, again, the Kenny Sondwele, Utum push walks to a river spirit, what shapa each penny. Now, the question is, if persecution PF from the UPND, can be the pesa, is sharing, because by then, Antuba, he was the assistant to Mr. Mazok. So Antuba now is works very closely in our present ways. So those are some of the issues Mamba, Singapore, Kushopan, British PF. That my members were Kambiri, my brothers were all family of Bakambri, Kontokan, and Bafna, no that's what I am.
Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Ambassador, this is Robert from Manchester calling again.
Robert from Manchester, yes.
I think one of the callers when he was talking about what I said about the government not providing jobs to the people and then calling them lazy. And what we could say, I think he's a very lucky man that he's got a job. But then numbers do not lie. And I think people do not realize the role of the government. Because not everyone in our country is privileged enough to have access to funds to go to university or to go to school. If your family is very poor, you expect the government to create policies that will enable you to move from where you are, where you go through college, or you finish university and then you get a job. So I think what he was trying to say there, I think it's very naive because with him, and what I didn't like is the emphasis before he could say anything that me and Bemba. What does that has to do with the government creating jobs? So what is he trying to tell us? So that we should believe everything that he's going to say because of his tribe? That is not how we should look at issues in our country.
He's probably not even Bemba. Why you start like that?
Yes, because the emphasis, or for him to say, by the way, I am Bemba. For me, that actually rules out exactly his argument, because then you could see that there's a narrative that is trying to to deliver to the people that are listening, probably for people to believe him that is right. There are people that have jobs, but the majority of our people in our country are suffering. And the job of the government is to create policies. If the government cannot employ everyone in our country, but they can help to make sure that those people that are in business are able to employ more people by creating good policies, good tax system, so that you could have good investors that give people real jobs. But for him to come up with that kind of a conversation where you're trying to actually make it okay for the government to say that, that's very, very wrong. The government has to design policies for economic growth. They have to find ways of public investment in a country to come in. Education, skills development, and all those things, support for small, medium enterprises, which we could all say it's not there because of the load shedding issue that our country is facing. There are so many areas that we could say. But what my brother was saying there, and I'm happy for him that he's got a job, but there was no need for him to bring the emphasis of the tribe. I think that's wrong. We shouldn't have debates in those lines. But numbers do not lie. The Zambians are struggling. People are more poor now than they were 4 years ago. That is a fact. And the country, everything is broken in our country. But yes, there are people that have jobs. So we're not saying everyone in our country does not have jobs. But the majority of our Zambians are poor. You know, so I think that was very wrong for him to say, no, the government cannot give everyone jobs. Yes, we are aware. Not everyone is a civil servant in our country. But there are people that work in the private sector, and it's the role of the government to create an environment for more investors to come and create jobs, and also to help people have the skills to do the kind of work. So I think, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I think we shouldn't have those kind of debates where people come with tribes. You give your argument, and I'm very happy he's got a job, but the government has failed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I've put up a picture there. Someone has said, why haven't you discussed the issue of Honorable Jean Chisenga? She's a member of parliament for Mambilima constituency in Luapula, and she was brutally attacked while at parliament, in the parliament precinct. And the police and the Speaker of the National Assembly have not said anything, not even State House. I think that was a terrible, terrible occurrence where they attacked Jean Chisenga, Honorable Member of Parliament for Mambilima. And someone prompted me that, Ambassador, you have not discussed this, especially that it happened on the official opening of Parliament. Remember last time the President was opening, Jean Chisenga told the President, President Ubu fee. So today, you know, on Friday, I think they targeted her to ensure that she doesn't attend, and she was brutally beaten. There she was lying at a private hospital, and we hope that they will take this matter seriously. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Ambassador Mwamba, it's me again, Madam Unknown from the AI Kingdom.
Thank you.
I also was forced to call back because I think this is the narrative that the UPND wants to run with, or numbers. You want to lie with numbers. And in the document that I said I came across, which is the leaked government, the leaked UPND strategy for them to win the election, one of the things that they've highlighted in that document is to attack every media person who's speaking for injustices. For instance, you are speaking for the people injustice. Queen Pumi speaking for the injustices. So they've been a guy given the target of coming to your platform and some kind of disregard what you're saying. For instance, the guy who came with I'm Bemba, I have a job and all that. We are talking about one person. What did President HH say when he was in opposition? Wasn't he saying, whenever you see me, you say, Barry, how many of those, when he said Badi Inchtomuriwe, how many of those can today say Badi Inchtomuriwe who've got jobs now? And then, like the previous caller has indicated, he's talking about having policies that are going to be favorable for the youth. Let's look at the current unemployment youth currently. It's at 9.8%. Meaning the youth, how much is the population of the youth? And then you say 9% of those who are in the labor force are not employed. So you talk with numbers. Don't come here and tell us because you have you go and get a job in the CDF and you think, oh, and then everybody has gotten a job. Let me just highlight one thing, Ambassador. It was not long ago when we saw Mwizukanji go on a platform and she said, who is going to speak for us SMEs because of the load shedding? We all know that was also a narrative to show that the government is listening, because the following day we were seeing the Minister of Youth and Sport engaging with the small and medium enterprises. We all know where that was coming from and so forth. So these are some of the things which we're saying to say, just because we got a job does not mean the majority of the youths have gotten the jobs. We look at the numbers, and numbers, like my previous caller said, don't lie. So that is one aspect I also wanted to emphasize and just bring out to your attention. And then when I called, actually, I meant to speak also on one factor of Mr. Kabesha. Mr. Kabesha himself, following the speech that the president gave to say, court should be our last resort. And I said earlier on to say, the president should have given a directive to Mr. Kabesha to withdraw the case, to show that what he was talking about was not rhetoric speech, but action-oriented. That is another thing I wanted to mention. Then on our my member of parliament, Jean Chisenga, it is very, very uncalled for. It's very, very embarrassing. You go and target a young girl because you know that she's going to be in parliament and be able to debate that speech. You will now go and beat her in the parliament and in the full force of the police. Where are we as a nation? And you as a president, in your speech, you're talking about rule of law. Does that really make sense? It doesn't make sense, because exactly what Queen Fumi was saying, the president says this and the other thing is doing the other thing. And he has not even blamed that or condemned that, meaning he was in support of that. So these are some of the things we are saying. The president, what he says does not make sense. It's rhetoric. He should be consistent with the truth and so forth. So thank you so much, Ambassador, for giving me an opportunity to call back again and make a contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that clarification. You came. Okay, now you are our last caller, my dear brother. Hello, caller. Are you there? Oh, just a minute. Hello? Yes, caller, you are our last caller.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, this is Michael Perry. I want just to contribute about what happened at Parliament building, where a member of Parliament was beaten by the UPND cadre. This is uncalled for. I think the president should come out and protect members of Parliament. And this is what happened to JJ Panda. He was abducted, and it also happened to Monia Zulu. They almost abducted him from the Parliament and was protected by, I think, by that time, Chief Whip, the leader of opposition was Honorable Brian Mundubile. And when our members of Parliament, who are lawmakers, if they can be vulnerable and beaten at the promises, and the government and the president are quiet, the police are quiet, we are demanding that those who clobbered honorable member of Madam Jean Chisenga, they should be arrested immediately. There is no sacred cow, because they used to say that under the PF they were thugs. Now under UPND, which President Hakainde Hichilema, he said that cadres are gone. But why cadres now are beating members of Parliament in Parliament at their workplace? This is uncalled for. Then the other thing which I wanted to talk about is this man who is wearing Dr. Mwari. Let all those PF labels, they should now declare, they should go to UPND instead of people to start counting the head and the tail when they are supporting UPND. And the Honorable Speaker of National, Madam Neri Mut, declare if it were for PF, you would have done it within some seconds. But why are you taking time? Because they work together with Javinga. All those labels, they know themselves. When those from Eastern Province, they know themselves. Let them resign so that they create by-elections rather than hiding in the name of the Patriotic Front when they are not even helping the Zambian people. So Zambians, we must be ready. We must wear our armor to defend ourselves. You remember last week, Gilbert Liswaniso, he was also on the radio trying to threaten the UPND members. He's not threatening UPND members. He's also threatening Zambian people that if you're going to support independent people, we are going to deal with you. So Zambians, we must stand the way David stood, that we must prepare ourselves and defend and fight these uncircumcised Philistines. I'll call them uncircumcised Philistines because they always want to provoke the Zambian people. We gave them power. They said there was too much cadarism, but why today they are still provoking and trying to beat our members of parliament? Zambians, we are now bitter and we are going to show them in the ballot box. And Zambians, we must stand and defend our constitution. As the constitution stated that we must protect and defend, this is the time we must defend. And those serious members of parliament, they must impeach the president. They should start a motion now to impeach the president because he has breached the main constitution in our country. We are now tired. We are now getting upset. You know, it's not fair. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Okay, I think now we ought to close. Queen Pumi, are you ready?
Often at ceremonial events, you wear white gloves. Why do you wear white gloves?
British traditions. So, if you check ceremonial opening of Parliament, it will be happening, the session of Parliament. I'm supposed to go in a saloon car of a certain time and color. And besides, is a horse carriage. British heritage, colonial heritage, which should we continue with it? Should we not? So the questions for me to ask. So we still have tradition.
So you're not a member of a secret group?
I know what you said. This character has been defined in so many ways in my years in opposition, including being called things that I'm not. So it comes with the territory. I wish the environment to be cleaner.
Besides that, Madam Speaker, we should not rush to court when we have a challenge, even at a family level, business level, government level. Court is the last resort. When dialogue is challenged, court is the last resort. Madam Speaker, I have to emphasize that so we don't get mixed feelings in this House. KCM has paid off a large...
Wonderful, Queen Pumi. This has been a wonderful program, very insightful. Callers supported the program and our position, and they ran us through the issues of the national address by the president, issues of the young lady, Ethel Chisoni Edwards. The U.S. Embassy have issued a statement that the president of the U.S., Donald Trump, signed an executive order that Americans who are arrested, willy-nilly over flimsy issues, those governments who suffer issues including sanctions. Then we went into the details of the address by the president. His numbers about economic growth, the issues around the mining sector, agricultural sector, I think we dissected them. The sad matter of Jean Chisenga, it has come from callers, and it's a pity that we didn't get it. We didn't get it. I don't know how I missed that, especially that it happened in Parliament. Let me just invite your comments about the matter of Jean Chisenga.
Yes, so the matter of Jean Chisenga is actually heartbreaking because she's a woman. That's number one. above all things, it's looking at a young woman who is an MP attacked on parliamentary grounds. Where is Zambia police? Where is police at the parliament? Where is the Speaker of Assembly in all this? Where is VP Nalumango in all this? So it just shows us to the extent of lawlessness that this government can go. We have a president in his speech, he mentioned about rule of law. So what rule of law if under the nose of the president, a member, honorable member of parliament is attacked there? My heart bleeds. You know, my heart bleeds, and I wish Madam Honorable Chisenga quick recovery. She's a young lady. Maybe she could be my daughter's age. You know, she already suffered another blow when, for making a comment against the president, her house was burnt. So, UPND, what kind of politics are you practicing where you can't tolerate uh, your opposition? You know, members of parliament have been worse hit opposing UPND. Zambia police ba Grafael Msamba, ba Jack Mwimbu, ba Roha Monga, where are you? You know, these are crimes against humanity, crimes against the top officials in the opposition to be beaten, honestly, and all of you are quiet. It is a shame, really. It is really a shame. And I'm going to tie in my closing remarks on the budget, on the speech that was presented, and the Bill 7, and finally, just my final comments on everything. So coming to talk about the abduction, we are calling it abduction. So we know, I personally, I don't know her. I don't know Ethel Chisono personally, but I follow her, and I started following her when her videos went viral of her using profanity. Personally, I don't support profanity, but I am a human rights advocate, and we are here to advocate against injustice. So in the matter of Madam Ethel, it is not why she was arrested, it is how she was arrested. And that's why we see the US Embassy publish a statement about wrongly arresting American citizens. We tell you to say, it's only you Zambians who don't respect the rule of law. In your own country, even disrespecting law among a lawmaker. Honorable Chisenga is a lawmaker, but the same law which she is protecting, which she is creating to legislate, to legislate, has failed her. And now, again, we see a woman. The details of this arrest of this Madam Ethel is actually jaw-dropping. There is some deception. She was lured there. She was promised, and lo and behold, she was captured. You know, so we thank the United States for standing and actually bringing out this memo that wrongful arrests will not be tolerated. I repeat, it's not why Ethel was captured wrongfully that we are upset about. It is how they did it. Yes, she has to answer for her charges, but do it the wrong way. My take on the budget, on the speech by the president. The president downplayed the hardships of Zambians. They like his implementation, again, promises. There is no timeline for his implementation of all the promises he made. It was weak on energy and the cost of living for the people. Let me just remind Zambians that only less than 40% of Zambia is electrified. If you didn't know, you can research. So Zambia, less than 40% is electrified. And those 40% Zambian who are connected to the grid are lacking power. So where is the plan in electrifying the entire Zambia? If you can't even electrify a 40%, a mega 40% of the population, it is a shame. The statements, they were vague against corruption, and I expected the president to say something against corruption in his government, which he did not. He didn't address our criticism, like he's just oblivious to the mounting criticism. Instead of confronting what he's facing, he is ignoring us and trying to shut the opposition. I want to remind the president that he was in opposition for 20 years and no one shut him up. Among the cases that the president has, when he was in opposition, speaking is none of them. So the president enjoyed speaking freely, offering checks and balances. Of course, he had a few mishaps here and there, but the president and people such as myself continued to speak freely under the UPND, under the PF government. Now, to fast forward to today, UPND have the audacity in a leaked document to even have a plan to clamp down opposing voices. This is laughable. A point to clamp down Facebook. I don't know if this is true or not. They are already like clamped down Facebook, but they are even trying just to shut down Facebook so that only their lies, Zambian can listen to their lies like it is Swaniso. Zambian can listen to lies of Mwaliteta. Zambian can listen to the intimidatory remarks of Tabesha. You are lazy. This is what they want us to do, to brainwash Zambians to think we are not good, we are failing. In the end, we take a suicide and kill ourselves because we think we are not working hard enough. There is a limited focus on social protections, and he raised the expectations without looking at the caveats or the risks. The president promised 8,400 new beds for university students. Mr. President, university students are not the only ones who need your help. In fact, university students, they don't need your help. They are already on a path to get their education, and when they graduate, hopefully they will land a job or become entrepreneurs. Mr. President, I challenge you to think about the 20 million Zambians who are suffering. That woman in Shangombo, in Sesheke, in Muyombe, in Nakonde, the woman who was waiting for that ambulance which never arrived, the woman who wants her antiviral drugs because she didn't even know how she got the HIV. These are the things we want you to address. Attorney General Kabesha, has he heard of the Sustainable Development Goals Initiative of the UN of 2030? Where is Zambia at in providing free, affordable shelter, housing, and water? Of course, we have the free education. It is a sham. The free education is a sham because we know that some of the teachers who were hired don't even have a grade 12 certificate. So it's garbage in, garbage out. You have unqualified teachers. Teach what quality of a citizenship are we going to have? I'm moving to the Bill 7. Bill 7 is BID. It was rejected by the Concord, the highest court in the land. So the president and Molusa to come here and say we are bringing back Bill 7 is a contempt and he should be impeached. The president should be impeached if he tries to bring the Bill 7 back. This should be the last straw that is going to break the camel's back. We have tolerated the president's abrogation of the Constitution with impunity, but this Bill 7, if it comes back, it will change the rules of the game in the 11th hour. Why? Is this why the president has also overruled the Emoluments Committee and give judges, increase judges' pay and the housing allowances so they can support him in the Bill 7? Is this why? If it is so, my dear judges, the day of reckoning will come. If any judges decide to overrule the Concord and push this Bill 7 into law, there will be a day of reckoning for all of you. I am saying this as a human rights advocate and as a Zambian. Enough is enough. We are tired of you Zambians betraying the country. You people given positions of power. You are betraying the country for utufumo twenu. Ingo tufumo twabena Zambia.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yes, and lastly, I just want to say Zambia is the poorest country, among the 6 poorest country, and let's not allow the looting of resources. And my closing part is if this Bill 7 passes, it is going to add a third MPs, which will be handpicked by the president. And you know our constitution, 2/3 require 2/3 are required to make any change. So if the president has a third, and then from this delimitation, adding 55 MPs, that's almost a third, then he's going to have his MPs a third. So Nishibakwata 2/3. So once they have these 2/3, my dear, let's even forget about this election in 2026. So with all our might and power, let us put it out there. If you bring this Bill 7, if it passes, we might as well forget about the general election in 2026. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for this opportunity. And Zambians, let's keep talking. Let us be politically correct. They are out there to get us and incriminate us. But we are not scared. We shall be politically correct, and we shall continue to fight for our country. Thank you.
Wonderful. Today we were reviewing the president's speech to the 5th session of the 13th National Assembly. It's literally his last address. We went through the issues that he had addressed. He was very optimistic. His government is very optimistic, but we think that the loopholes are too much. The rhetoric of the last 4 years and the challenges that Zambians have gone through in the last 4 years cannot just be wished away. I was being supported by Pumulos Tumbeko. She's a leader of the New Era Party. And on blogs and on podcasts, she's called Queen Pumi. She helped me discuss all these issues from this Mulilo Kabesha, the Attorney General, mocking Zambians, to the MP, Dr. Simon Mwale of Nchelenge, who's trying to defect to the UPND, has defected to the UPND. He branded himself and wore a UPND t-shirt, and we're calling that there should be a by-election in accordance with the lawyers crossed the floor. We discussed the issue of the young lady, Ethel Chisoni Edward, was abducted in Chilenge, and we don't know where she is, but the US ambassador issued an alert reminding Zambians and the government of Zambia that on 5th September, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that might attract and punish governments that are detaining US citizens. So you better watch out. So Queen Pumi, tomorrow I would invite you to join, maybe in calling or in whatever you can. I'm hosting another lady, Dorika Banda. She's a financial analyst. She's an international banker, worked for one of the wings for the IMF, the IFC, and she will be with us tomorrow at 20 hours. What is her journey? What are her prospects? Is she going to throw in her heart into the presidency for 2023? What vehicle will she use? Will she form a political party? Will she join another political party? As she joins the likes of Pumulos Tumbeko, who is a New Era Democratic Party leader, and others in the opposition. What is our view? How is our analysis of the state of our country? She last held a position of ZCMI chair and things went very wrong, went south. Is she willing to discuss that matter? So join us tomorrow at 20 hours as we host Dolly Kabanda. Along the way, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday, we have Mr. John Sangwa. He's a regular on this platform, but I think he has fresh insights of 2026 elections. So, Queen Pumi, thank you very much, and say your last goodbyes to your audience and to all the callers that supported this program.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, everyone, for calling in. It's been awesome. It's a pleasure. Remember to share the platforms. We are dealing with the Mingalat on Facebook.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our dear viewers, there's voter registration going on, NRC registration going on. The UPND have been maneuvering silently on these issues because they know what makes a number is the people that will turn up to vote. So while you are saying on these platforms that we'll change government, kuyabebele UPND, there is another act you have to do. And Queen Pumi, we might have to find a day in the week because ECZ has done something. They've registered a number of electoral officials and they've just issued NRC numbers, have hidden the names. And from what we are hearing is that recruitment across the country is skewed in a direction that's not beneficial for our country. We might find a day. And thank you for joining me and for joining this broadcast. God bless you. God bless our country. Our country will be free. God bless you. Thank you.